Fantastic. So we've got about another 36 minutes. So I don't have the paid Zoom. So we get 40 minutes is when it kicks us off. If we're on fire and we still got so much to go through and we get the warning, I'll get a 2-minute warning. We'll jump straight back on, because I want to run this training for about an hour. And it's just to, cover what we normally go through, the personal development and the business training, which we smash through about 20 minutes normally. And then talking about the product, talking about the business, I do want you to chuck in questions when it comes to talking about the product and business, because I'm going to be really honest. I know so much about it, I actually never know where to start without feeling like I'm repeating myself to you guys, if that makes sense. So think about them now while we do the little bit of the coaching side of things, because the only way, I know I can answer every single question that gets asked, but I need to know the specifics, if that makes sense. Otherwise, I'm too general. I'm like, it's fruits and veggies. We all know that, yeah? So that will really help. So get your questions ready. I just want to say, after this at 7:15 p.m. Perth time, so 9:15 for you guys over east, Carla Thomas and I, she's a holistic counsellor, a health coach, and I will be talking about the benefits of the omegas. You can invite your customers onto this. If you want to learn about the omegas and the body, you want to be getting on this call. The only time I'm giving the information about the omegas from my personal knowledge. Otherwise, all the knowledge is out there on the internet for you guys anyway. And I'll give you a little hint. You don't need to search G+ omegas. You just need to research omegas and what they do in the body. And then we know by using our organic omega blend, it's going to get those. So that's a little tip for you guys. So I'm going to pin myself for the sake of the recording. So then when people watch it, I'm big on the screen. I'll chuck it on gallery view whenever we interact. So grab your notepads and pens if you can. I was listening to Anthony and Kate Golay today, and there was a training they did, who knows, just before conference or just after conference. And they're just amazing. I love them. Chuck a little thing in the chat, a little emoji if you love Kate and Anthony Golay. For those of you who don't know them, they are a part of a separate team. They are a 100 Club business. They're just amazing. They have the most loving heart and most beautiful soul. They are, they made the film Underfed, Overfed and Undernourished, the documentary. So that's something really, really awesome for you to watch for your own knowledge. And I was watching their team, like the way they've grown their business is all from the heart, which we know what this is all about. So one of the questions that they're talking about is, how great are you at promoting? Because this business, we are literally a promotional business. We promote a product, we recommend the product. So it's the same kind of thing. Recommending is more one-on-one when you're talking to someone. Promoting it is sharing how much you love it. And that's usually when on Facebook or social media we share our lifestyle. We're promoting our lifestyle, and within our lifestyle we choose to use these products. So how great are you at promoting? If you're thinking there right now, rate yourself out of 10. We're not going to share. Just rate yourself on a piece of paper. One's not very good, 10 out of 10 is fantastic. How great are you at promoting Juice Plus, your lifestyle, the events we have? Think about it, because if you don't have your confidence in that, that's something that you want to work on, because we know the people who, and very black and white for me to say, the people who get the most customers are the ones who are the most confident in sharing and promoting. Promoting doesn't have to be splash it all over social media. It's those conversations you have, not holding back. So that was another one of the questions. What are you not confident in? And it might not be the promoting side. Also ask yourself, what do you feel? I want you to write this down if you can, just quickly. What are you not confident in when it comes to this business? What's holding you back when it comes to yourself, and what's stopping you from taking certain action? And why don't we share, because I know a lot of us probably have the same. Pop in the chat. What is one thing that you know for a fact that you are not confident in? What are you telling yourself that you're not confident in? For me, believe it or not, is bringing up Juice Plus face to face with someone, because I'm scared they're going to judge me that I'm a Juice Plus girl. 3.5 years in, and I still have that same fear. And I know I do. So I'm telling you this, guys, chuck in the chat, what do you not as confident in? You might be the same as me. You know, and it's acknowledging what you're not confident in, right? We got to acknowledge it, and then we got to work on it. We got to shift it. Jade's got, the way I come across on social media, I prefer talking and sharing in person. Fantastic. Tab is Facebook posts. I'm getting better at need work. Jade Moffat is reaching out to new people on lives on Facey. All fantastic. I love it. Look how we're all so different. And I bet, because I'm not reading there, I'm like, for Facebook posts, like Jade and Tab, I'm like, man, I can do that in my sleep. But it's the one-on-one that it still gets me, right? Once the conversation comes up, I'm fine. It's starting that conversation. Well, you guys might have the opposite to me. I love it. Hannah's losing friends on Facebook when my friends think I'm spamming. Same, bring it up in person. Remembering the product knowledge when I'm at a live event and I get tongue-tied. You put lounge time, Jade. Crystal, yeah, bringing it up face-to-face. Fantastic. So, guys, the reason I want you to bring your attention to this is because, here's a question. Are you actually doing the work you need specific to growing these goals? That's the way I write, which clearly does not make sense. So, who we got? Finlay, public speaking. Helga's live on Facebook. Megan, sharing to people I don't really know. Cool. So once you acknowledge this, guys, the things that you are the least confident in are the things you need to take more action in. And it's going to scare you, and that's good. The reason it scares you, because here's you in your little comfort zone, sitting on the couch here, chilling. Yes, chilling on the couch, doing social media posts might be in your comfort zone. Picking up the phone and having a conversation, completely out of it. Whatever it is, you're here. So where you need to be is over here. It's going to be scary. It's scary to get out of that comfort zone. But if you really want to grow that area of what you're challenged in, right, you need to do the action that requires that. You need to get on Facebook Lives. And I'm not someone, and I say this so much, you hear it so much, I'm not your boss. I'm not here to tell you what you need to do. But if you want to get more confident in these areas, you need to take more action doing it. So we need to fail to learn. It's okay to skin the knees. You need to fail to learn. If you try and be perfect, no one will ever be able to relate to you, because perfect isn't relatable, right? We all, does that make sense? Give me a little hands to the ceiling. It's okay to skin the knees. You have to learn. There's that many times when I first started Juice Plus, guys, my best friend, who was my first customer, half the reason I joined the business, because I wanted to make money from her order. She didn't want to join the business. She's like, Kim, 3 months in, she's like, Kim, I think we get it that you do Juice Plus. Because I spam the shit out of Facebook. And I don't mean like promoting like what I do now. I mean posts that look salesy. Or there's images that look salesy, it has Juice Plus on it. So guys, I was that spammy person and I still made it to NMD. So you can have, what I want you to know, to recognize, is if you have a fear in something, tell yourself, okay, I don't want to be like that. So if you don't want to be spammy, you don't want to be Juice Plus person in face-to-face, you've got to get that thought out of your head and out of your belief system. Because if you believe it, then that's how you come across. I don't believe that I spam Juice Plus. And I don't do the typical spammy things. If people say to me that I love Juice Plus too much, I'm like, that's because I'm passionate about it and it's my job. Does that make sense? For me to grow and be more confident bringing up the Juice Plus conversation without that person bringing it up, with me bringing it up in person, I need to do it more. So one of the things is, the more action you take is what teaches you the most. You either win or you learn. So winning means, you go and have that conversation with someone and straight away they're interested. Yeah, it was the right timing. You said the right thing at the right time. Sometimes you might put up a post and people might think it's spammy and you think it's not. These are all examples, guys. But you learn from it. You might get some feedback from someone saying, you post too much about Juice Plus, whatever it is. Then you're like, okay, I'm learning from this. So I know you guys are chucking stuff in the chat. I'll check it in a second. But so when in doubt, go take action. And that's what you hear this all the time. Take action. All you have to do in this business is share the product, share the business. Yeah? And look after the customers you have. Look after the team you have. expand your network. So new friends, new conversations. There's billions of people. Guys, I'm going to be so honest with you because I love you and I want to teach you as much as I can. I've been doing it the longest out of every single one of you, and I still make new friends online. So if I can do it, you can do it. And I share that because I know that's been challenges of mine in the past where I'm like, I've run out of people to talk to. My warm market's disappeared, and I'm sure a lot of you are probably there like, yeah, I've talked to everyone. I don't know who else. That's where you start building new friendships. And the people who you meet in a new conversation or reconnect with online, people who you're not in your closest friend network are usually the ones that join the product more. It's your friends and your family that are your biggest critics. Until this day, I don't have any family members except for my cousin who's a teamie, and my mum buys the product off me in cash. She doesn't even commit, and it's been 3 years. She won't even commit to the payment plans. She's my mum, so I'll do the right thing. So I'm sharing this all with you guys because you've got to take the action, you've got to practice, you've got to keep going. So I love that. So of course you are going to fail. You are going to fail in things in this business. So fail forward, meaning failing backwards, meaning, oh, I didn't hit my goal this month, I'm giving up. Of course, and then you're never going to hit the goal because you've given up. But if you're like, you know what, I didn't hit my goal this month, what can I do next month to shake it up, change it up? Who do I need to connect to? Who do I need to keep me accountable? Am I talking to my active upline, whoever your most active upline is, or whoever you resonate best with? Yeah, I hope you're writing all of this stuff down. I know I'm talking really, really fast, but you've got to fail forward. And I'll tell you, like, I plan, and I want to share some of my I plan to hit QNMD January last year, January 2016, and I didn't hit it until end of May. So it took me an extra 5 months to hit it, and I was dead set it was going to happen in the January, right? So each month I thought I was failing because I hadn't hit it yet because I set my goal back, right? And then last year, and then by that November, I wanted to hit an MD, and I was gunning for it. And I actually worked out that I counted wrong, my volume. And Lindy calls me from head office and she's like, yeah, this is not going to work. Like you won't be able to do it until at least December, January. And I hung up on her and started bawling my eyes out. I was sitting in the car outside of this cafe in Midland, and I was just like, F this, it's too hard. Like, I'm taking the month off. I don't even care. And I did that, and I had those thoughts, and then I called Lindy back, and I was like, I just had to have a cry for a little bit. And I was like, all right, I need to fail forward. When can I make this happen? What do I need to do? I need to pick up the pace. I need to work harder. And I aimed for end of December, and it happened in January. So I'm sharing all of this stuff with you because I want you to know that you need to fail, in the sense of you need to not get something that you've put out there, to understand how it feels, to hang on, what do I need to do differently? And I'm sharing all this stuff because it's the same it's common sense when it comes to goals in your own life, not just this business. So I hope all that makes sense. What else? I'm almost done. Okay, so there's 3 things that if you're sitting here and brand new, which is really exciting, so I'm hoping you're loving all this information, or you're in a point where this is applicable for anyone, even if you're on fire. Congratulations, by the way. So many people had heaps of promotions in Team Pina Colada. Big shout out to you all. Just wanted to say, and Team Coconuts, but Team Pina Colada, you're just popping off like fireworks. And there's 3 things I want you to think about right now. And make a note of these, but this is you can take some time to reflect on this. You probably need 10 minutes, but I don't want to use 10 minutes of our call. So I want you to really decide what you want from this business right now, no matter where you are in this business, no matter how amazing you feel in this business right now, because then you should be able to answer this clearly. And if you can't answer this clearly, you need to try and just jot down stuff, write down stuff to try and get the answer out. It doesn't have to be perfect. Decide what you want. Why did you pay your $165 to join this business? You need to know this. And I say that because if you don't know why you signed up in the first place, why are you even here? And I say that out of love. And I know all of you are on team training, so you obviously want to grow your business. So there's a reason why. It changes all the time. And I hope you can hear me clear. I can't even talk because it's like freezing a little bit. Okay, number 1, decide what you want. Number 2, commit to the skills that you need. If you need stronger skills in sharing on Facebook, spend the time daily. 10 minutes you can spend creating a post, finding someone that you love what they share about, going back through their page, something similar, post about something similar that comes from you every single day, to commit to the skills to growing it. Otherwise, we're going to have the same conversation in 3 months' time about what you don't feel confident in, right? So commit to the skills, decide what you want, commit to the skills. And number 3, what are the daily habits that you're doing to grow the skills that are going to help you get what you want in this business? Yes, that sounds really broad, but we're all different. We all want different things. So make it specific to you. And your daily habits are going to be different to others. Your daily habits are going to be different to mine. Yeah, depending where you are in this business. If the highest paying activities is networking, making new connections, and following up on those connections to get your customers through and team through. If you spend all your time micromanaging, so just trying to motivate your team, but you're not doing any of it yourself, you're not going to grow your business fast enough because you've got to lead from the front, right? Daily habits, you might need that 15 minutes of personal development every single day to keep your mindset on track. Some of you might only need it once a week because you're still taking your action every day. You don't need something to motivate you daily. But I still do my personal development every single day, no matter if I've heard it a million times over the same video. So everyone's different. And that's another thing. What am I going to listen to get myself in the right mindset? If you need it, guys, I've started listening to audiobooks. You've got podcasts out there. I'm not going to chat about them now. I would talk to your upline leader, who, it might be me, send me a message. But most of you have seen what we post about, what we listen to anyway. And it is in the Team Elite 100, Team Coconuts Elite 100 group. If you're not in that, ask me or Naomi about it. Or Luce, if you're part of Luce's team, because it is the training that I put in every single day on mindset and everything. And I have put in there the different videos I personally listen to. And I think some of you have commented what you like as well. But otherwise, just ask us separately. And setting goals that stretch you. I love this one. Goals that need urgency. So there's 2 types of goals, which we know: stretch goals and short-term goals. So stretch goals is, so for me, would be 100 club by the end of the year. And I'm trying to crack 39 club. It's massive. Deep down, I don't believe it because it scares me. If I said, I'm 39 club by the end of the year, but I know I can do it next month, that's not a stretch goal. That's a goal saying I know I'm going to get it, but I'm not going to give myself a sense of urgency for it. So a stretch goal is something that stretches you and scares you a little bit because deep down you're like, I don't know if it's possible, but you want it. So there's stretch goals, which is great. And then there's the short-term goals. Now, some of us, and I get like this all the time, and you do get into a habit of being comfortable where you are in your business, whether you've just started it or been in it for years. And sometimes we lose that sense of urgency with our goals. Now, what I mean by sense of urgency is DVF in 10 days, you work your butt off to get it done. DVF in 40 days, you work your butt off to get it done. You've got 40 days to do it. Yeah. But then you might have other goals that, like SC, after that, you get an extra 3.5 months. So we kind of go a little bit and step back. So we lose a sense of urgency. I'm just using this as an example because you might have a goal, where it might not be just to hit a title or a club level, but you want to get a certain amount of customers or you want your paycheck to grow a certain amount. You've got to bring back that sense of urgency, guys. Like, it's up to you. You don't have to. I'm just saying, if you really want to make something happen, find that sense of urgency again. How much does that mean to you? Bring it back to decide what you want. How quickly do you want it to happen? And what do you need to put into place to be like, oh shit, what I wrote, I need to give all of me. So if you know, And do you know what? SDVF is the perfect example if you're brand new, because SDVF is the true test that you want this. And even if you haven't hit it or you didn't hit it in the fast track time, we have options outside of that, but it's that first major milestone to really get your business off the ground running. We know that we teach that. It's up to the individual if they want to make it happen, but that's why it's SDVF in 40 days with the 11 premium packs from day one to day finish, 40 days. So what do you need to put in place? Meaning, because we know that with SDVF, we're like, usually you do DVF in your 10 days if you haven't done it before you signed up. And then you've got 30 days. And I was like this, and I know a lot of my teamies were like this. And, you know, could be you where you get DVF, you kind of chill out for a bit. You're like, I've still got like 30 days to do SDVF. You're like, I'm just going to take my time. I don't want to push on anyone. All the fear comes out, and then you're in your last week and you're like, you're 2,000 points away. And you're like, I need to make this happen. I really want it. And I wish that I didn't dawdle. Can I get a comment in the chat? If that was you, that was me. Caitlin was motivating me, helping me the whole time. I'm like, just leave me. I'll do it in my own time. And then by the last week, I was like, oh my God, I wish I didn't waste time. I really want this. And then you get that sense of urgency. Tabs, yeah. Katie's, yeah. I was like, are you telling my story? Yeah.
Can I just say something, babe, as well? And I think sometimes, and like a lot of you guys that are sort of new, like only a month or 2 months in, might not realize this yet. But I think a lot of us can get a little bit complacent when we get to that, you know, the 10th of the month rolls in, we get our paycheck at whatever level we're at, and then we kind of like, or the end of month hits, and we kind of do nothing for the first week to 10 days of the month, because we know our check for the previous month is coming, and if we've hit our goals and we've done something amazing and all that kind of thing, but it's like we're wasting the first week to 10 days of the month that's going to contribute to the following month's paycheck. And I know that it's, you know, like it would be a perfect world if we signed off on the 31st of the month and our pay hit our account on the 1st, but it's just not how the world works. So it's just one of those things where I think that if we can really, you know, I love that there's that end of month hustle. A lot of us push hard. If you look at your own customer reports, you'll see that most of your customers are probably in the last, you know, 3 to 5 days of the month, because you've really pushed for that promotion or really pushed for qualifying. And so their payments are all coming through in those last few days of the month. You know, it's like, don't let that momentum stop when it ticks over to the 1st, the 2nd, the 3rd of the month. If you can keep that momentum going, all of that is contributing to the following month's paycheck. Do you know what I mean? So it's one of those things where, like, I'm all for stop, take a breather, celebrate the promotion you've just gotten, celebrate that milestone you've just gotten, like celebrate every win along the way. I'm not saying don't do that, but don't sort of sit back and just not do anything between the 1st and the 10th. And then you get that, you know, your pay hits your bank account and it's like, wow, this is awesome, because it's like this bulk sum that comes into your bank account. And then you go, okay, it's the 11th. We're basically nearly halfway through the month. And now we've got to get that momentum going again. Just if you keep that momentum going, and it's something I've always done and always believed in, you'll find that it's like trying to push a parked car. Do you know what I mean? Like if you once it starts rolling, it's really easy to keep on going. You can even jump in that thing and it'll go without you having to put in much work. But if it's stopping and starting all the time, it's a hell of a lot harder to get it rolling again. So the more that you can just kind of keep that momentum going, celebrate the wins along the way, but just keep the little conversations and the work and the follow-ups and everything going. Don't check out of your business for like a week at a time. Then, you know, you're going to see the benefits of that long term. And I'm living proof of that. Like if you can do that, it'll just continue. Like it gets easier and it gets easier and it gets easier. No. A little bit about what Kim was saying before about personal development. I'm someone that does a little bit of personal development every day, because I'm easily emotionally attached to customers to no's to being brought down by negative responses. So I know that I need to stay connected to my uplines. Like I am in contact with Kim every single day. And I know that some of you guys will contact me and you're like, I'm so sorry, I'm hassling you, I'm bothering you. Don't be sorry. Like I'm basically on speed dial on Kim's phone. Do you know what I mean? Like I am bugging her a million times a day and she loves it. And I want you guys to do the same for me or for your uplines. Like don't feel like you're bothering us. Like there's no too many times. Do you know what I mean? So just continually ask questions, check in, ask for help, because what that reflects to us is that you're in work mode. You're doing what you need to do to build your business, and we're here to help you. And that's what we want to do. That's what we want to do for you. What Kim was saying about posts, like social media stuff, you know, it comes back to that kind of thing of success leaves clues. So if you find someone on social media that inspires you and you love what they say, you love how they say it, then, you know, like I often say to my team, like, go back to my posts 12 months ago. Do you know what I mean? Because that was when I joined the business. And my post 12 months ago to now is what has gotten me to where I am. Like my business is basically built on social media and follow-ups. Like you have to follow up. There's no point posting on social media if you're not going to follow up. You have to follow up. And the key is in following up and having those really good conversations afterwards. So if you do that and you go back and so if you go back to someone that inspires you and you know you love following on social media, then go back through their posts and see what they've done to get where they are, because there are clues there along the way. And again, you know, don't just copy and paste, make it your own, take your own photos, put your own twist on it. But at the end of the day, there are so many clues there. You don't have to think of everything on your own. You don't have to do anything on your own. You've got the support and the kind of the path is paved already. So just, you know, if you feel stuck or if you feel like you don't know where to go or what to write or what to say, then go back to those people because they've already done it. Do you know what I mean? Like there's evidence of what to write and what to say and how to do it. So, and yeah, definitely just stay connected to your uplines. That was probably all I wanted to say. Sorry, Kim, for kind of jumping in there, but.
No, that's awesome. Thanks, babe. No, I love it. I'll just get you to mute yourself. Actually, I can do it. I think I've done it. Cool. That was incredible. That's what this business is about. Honestly, I'm learning every day from Naomi. And she is living proof of not taking that slack time. And I'm a massive, I used to always, I still do actually, I always compare myself. And like that person's doing better than me, that person's working faster than me. We all do it. If you don't do it, fantastic, you know. But Naomi is, I'm not asking you to compare yourself to Naomi. I'm saying that because Naomi kept the ball rolling constantly, that's why she's the fastest growing team member within our whole, it's started as a WA team, even though you guys are over east, but from all of us pretty much underneath Nat Baldock, who was the start of this, you know, it's just not the Gold Coast team. Most of you know what I'm talking about. Naomi is the fastest growing because she never took the foot off the pedal. The reason I took the time I did is because I always stop, started. The point is I stopped, started, I still got there. But if you want to get there quicker, keep the ball rolling. Your paycheck grows quicker, you know. And I can see paychecks, and I'll share this. You know, I see Naomi's paycheck, and I was like, took me like 2.5 years to get that much money earning, and she's doing it in less than 12 months. Because what's the difference? I took my foot off the pedal, then restarted, took it off. I still got there, but I wish I did it quicker. But you know, everything's a lesson. My lesson is to teach you guys to don't take as long as I did and do the action that gets you there quicker rather than having the excuses. It's up to you whether you act on that or not. So I love that, Naomi. That was fantastic. Even though I semi lost what I was talking about, but that's all right. Keeping the ball rolling, I think it is. And yeah, sense of urgency. The minute you get SDVF, The next sense of urgency is qualifying the next month, because you want to get that next bonus. Qualifying is so friggin' important for your business, guys. Once you're an SDVF, you can go for qualifying. And I'll tell you right now, once you start getting to levels like SC, SSC and above, if you miss out on qualifying, your pay will drop hundreds of dollars. If I didn't qualify this month, my pay would probably drop $6,000 to $7,000. I'd probably earn like $1,000, which is awesome when you first start building up to 1,000. I'm sharing this because of the importance of qualifying and keeping on rolling with your business, because that's the potential if you give it time. So that was a little bit of a tangent. So setting goals that stretch you. What do you need to put in place for you to be like, oh shit, I need to get this goal done? How much does it mean to you? And wrapping things up by end of month is fantastic. And look, Naomi and I, we usually take like 1 to 2 days, drink extra wine, take time off, celebrate, then straight back into it. Because you know that it takes more than one conversation usually to get customers, to get team. If you wait till your payday and then you start talking to someone on the 11th or 12th, and they might take a month to sign up to the business, yeah, and you want them signed up that month. They may have ordered their product, whatever it may be, but you want them in the same month, but they haven't had enough time, and come the end of month, you're like pushing shit uphill, right? Lots of swearing in today's Zoom training. So anyway, I hope you got a lot of notes for that. And the last thing I want to say to you guys for this part of the training is, what is stopping you putting more in so that scary disbelief feeling F's off, right? Why are you doing this business? That's the question, right? So what is stopping you putting in more so you can fuck off that scary disbelief feeling? I'm swearing there because it deserves it. Yeah, we want that scary disbelief to go. You can do this business. Every single one of you on this team training has at least one customer, unless you're super, super brand new and you only really just signed up. If you've gotten one customer, you can get 1,000. Some might be easier than others. Some might need more time, but you can do it. I believe you can. Your upline believes you can. We believe in you more than you believe in yourself. So let the feel of us believing you drive you until you've done enough action to have the confidence yourself. I didn't have confidence until I took the action. You know, you wouldn't just go into the Olympics after training 1 month doing gymnastics and then just go into the Olympics. One, you wouldn't have the confidence, right, to get up there, and you wouldn't have the skills. This is just a crazy example. It's the first one that came to my head. It's the same in this business. We don't expect you to know everything when you come into this business. But the only thing we expect of you is the things that you tell us you want to do, and we keep you accountable. Otherwise, you know, this is your business. It's your responsibility if you want to succeed or not. We have the tools and training for you. So just ask yourself that. I hope you took a lot of notes. We are going to stop this recording, so I will stop it now.